Hello, my friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. It is a pleasure to see you all here. As always, if you're here, please kindly put a like and say hello in the chat so that I know that you're here, especially if you're a regular, and especially even more so if you're a Patreon member. Before we begin, I want to let you know that I just a few minutes ago, purchased a new 100x coin and added it to my portfolio and published about it on my Patreon. So if you're a $99 tier, go make sure that you buy that coin. If not, I highly suggest that you join that tier and diversify with small amounts of money into the coins in that tier. The link to my Patreon will be in the comments down below of this live once it's over. And it will also be in the description of this live stream. So I just added a new coin that I believe has potential to deliver 50 to 100x profits. The amount I invested in is mentioned there. The price I bought at, oh my God, I forgot to buy it to mention the price I bought it. I'm going to update that now. I'm going to update that, my friends, the price. I'll add the price. And the take profit strategy is there. The trading take profit strategy is there, as the percentage we're ledgering out with. As usual, the whole explanation, why I bought the coin is there. I've done very long research. I've been looking at this coin for a very long time, and finally I decided to pull the trigger for all the right reasons. There's another old coin that I'm going to be adding, and one of the ones that I wanted to add, it has pumped, and therefore it has escaped me. And the rule is that I don't chase green candles, so I can't add it. If it comes back down, it will be added. If it doesn't come back down, it will not be added. But there's another gem that I will be adding. Either way, let's talk about what's currently happening in the markets, my friends. Once again, as always, Bitcoin is stuck at the same range. Nothing grand is happening. Therefore, as always, whenever we get close to the bottom of this range, people get super bearish. Whenever we reach the top of this range, people become super bullish. Bulls and bears getting euphoric. Absolutely no reason to do so. We'll just have to wait and see what the range does, whether or not it breaks up or down. If it breaks down, all we have to do is wait and be patient and see whether or not the market crashes hard enough to deliver new lows and therefore new entries and new opportunities to keep dollar cost averaging with equal amounts of money only at new lows according to that strategy and the million spreadsheet. If that doesn't happen, we do nothing. We'll simply hold. Now, if the market breaks upwards out of the range, and sets a higher high and it starts making higher lows and higher highs, once again, we do nothing. We hold our entries and we see whether or not the market has pumped hard enough for us to start laddering out and taking profits and setting trailing take profits. Until then, we wait. We hold our amazing entries that we deserved with patience and discipline in accordance with our rules. And we don't FOMO. We don't do anything emotional. We don't get bored out of our minds and start making poor financial decisions. Is going to take time for the euphoria phase to hit, especially it's going to take time for peak euphoria phase to hit. Peak euphoria phase is the last 200 to 300 days of the bull market, which is basically euphoria stage. And those are the most important days because that's where the biggest ROI is made. That's where coins truly pump and go vertical and go insane. There are many coins that are going to do this in this cycle too. Remember, my friends, it's very important right now when we are in the so-called bear market, which I call the accumulation phase, and I believe we're very lucky to be here in this accumulation phase. It's very important to remember that every single financial crisis, bear market, and recession ends. Yes, bear markets tend to get worse. That's why they're bear markets. Coins do crash further. That's why we have our strategy of only buying after major crashes and only at new lows with equal amounts of money. So there's nothing wrong with that without chasing the bottom, right? Because we don't seek perfection, we only seek to buy low, sell high. So it's important to be prepared. Are we prepared if new lows come and the market crashes hard? Hell yeah, we are. The entries have been there since even before the bear market began. When people were arguing that the crashes are not going to come, the entries have been there. Many of these entries have been filled. And we're going to hold those entries come hell or high water, no matter what happens. Like I keep saying, a meteorite might collide right next to us. If we stay alive, we hold, right? We hold our amazing entries. All that we do if the market crashes further, much further, is add to our portfolios and keep diversifying in according to that strategy. Because sooner or later, the bear market will end. Once that happens, euphoria phase will kick in. And right now, there is no guarantee that new lows are going to come. Currently, once we take emotions away and we take away what we want, and we still look only at the proof before us and the technical analysis and technical proof on the charts, Bitcoin crashed roughly 85% in 400 days, as it always has. Since then, it has been making higher highs and higher lows, as it always has. And to this day, the high low in this massive range that has been developing for over 200 days is still holding. Therefore, bulls are still in control. There is no technical proof to suggest that bulls are not in control. Bulls are in control. Therefore, there's nothing to suggest that we're going to get new entries. But that, once again, does not mean that we should be forcing entries here. Our golden rule is that we do not force entries. We let entries come to us. If the entries don't come to us, we don't execute, right? Don't forget, when we're waiting for Bitcoin to crash roughly 70%, people were saying that the crashes are not going to come. They came, we bought. Don't forget that when we're waiting for roughly 80% crash from all-time high to buy, people told us it's not going to happen because Bitcoin never went below its previous all-time high, which was $20,000. So they were saying it won't happen. It happened, we bought. So we deserve these amazing entries by staying disciplined and sticking to our rules and our system. If we're to force entries now, yes, maybe the market will fly and we're going to make more money. But at the same time, what if it crashes further, much further, before it flies and starts making us crazy money? We have to make sure that if it does crash further, that we're able to bring down our average significantly. And the only way we can do that is if we continue to dollar cost average only at new lows, making sure there's a good difference in dollar valuation between buying at these new lows. It's not that we're bearish. It's not that we're bullish. I keep reiterating. At this point in the market, we're neutral. Yes, after having pumped hard, we were bearish. Yes, if we crash hard, we'll be very bullish. But right now, we're neutral because we're like so far. I've looked at my investment portfolio. I've allocated roughly 55% of my investment portfolio into the market, and roughly 45% is sidelined because the entries were never struck. Roughly 55% isn't because some entries were struck. Therefore, the portfolio shows that I'm neutral, right? It's not that what I want and that is based on my emotions. It's all about math, statistics, probabilities, and percentages. Remember that, my friends. And the numbers of my investment portfolio show that it's roughly 50% in the market, roughly 50% out of the market. So we're neutral. Once basically, if the market pumps incredibly hard and we're taking profits and we're getting out, we're going to grow bearish. If we crash hard and we allocate more and more of our investment portfolio into the market, we grow much more bullish. It's very simple and straightforward. There's no need to think like everybody thinks in this market that you're do or die bear or do or die bull, or that you're perma bull, perma bear. There's no need to think the way the retail thinks, right? We have our own way of thinking. We have our own system, a system that works, that has worked for 2 market cycles, and it's going to work once again. All that we have to do is be patient. All that we have to do is stick to the rules. And all that we have to do is to make sure that we're dollar cost averaging with equal amounts of money only at new lows and after massive crashes. We have to make sure that we're diversifying into different coins with different narratives. We have to make sure that we have coins in our portfolio that are DeFi coins, that are utility coins with different use cases, meme coins, AI coins, gaming coins, exchange coins, privacy coins, NFT coins, any narrative that you have out there. If you see some coin, by the way, if you're ever a member and you find some kind of good coin, that you think is potentially a good buy, always please kindly DM me that coin on Patreon. I'll always take a look at it because I'm a human being. Yes, I've taken a look at many coins and I do that every single day, 24/7, 365, but sometimes some things might escape me. So please, if you find a gem that you think is worth looking at, always send it to me and I'll always take a look at it. Either way, remember that it's very important, in addition to that, to be diversified into blue chips, mid caps, low caps, and small caps, because what we know historically is that, yes, some blue chips deliver great profits. Then we also know that statistically from the last 2 cycles, that the majority of blue chips that were in the top 100 are no longer in the top 100, that the majority of those blue chips in the last 2 cycles are now small caps, not even mid caps. They're either below the 500th position in coin market cap, and sometimes they're below the 1,000th position in coin market cap. Sometimes they're even roughly at 1,500. And these were blue chips that were in the top 100 once upon a time. Therefore, what we know is that some blue chips will pump, some will go to zero and die. Therefore, we buy some blue chips. Then we buy some mid caps because, once again, some blue chips that were blue chips are now mid caps. But at the same time, some of these blue chips that have become blue chips were mid caps. Therefore, we make sure that we get some mid caps. Also, we get some small caps. Why? Because, once again, some blue chips fall out and become small caps and will never pump again. But at the same time, some small caps will become blue chips. And keep in mind, remember that Every single great project out there was once a small cap. XRP, that is one of the best utility-based coins out there, was small cap once upon a time. Ethereum was a small cap once upon a time. Doge was a small cap once upon a time. VT, BNB, all these coins were small caps once upon a time. I remember when I was buying some of these coins, they were positioned at roughly 100 position coin market cap. Some were even 120, 150. So there were mid caps. Some others were much smaller. The point I'm trying to make is we should not have this mindset that buying blue chips is safer. Buying some blue chips is safer, which is why we have certain blue chips in the Millionaire spreadsheet, because they are safer. But notice that it's not every single blue chip. I've been very selective about the coins, the blue chips that we have in the Millionaire spreadsheet, and I'm very selective about the mid caps and small caps that we have in the $99 tier that I believe can deliver 50 to 100x profits. I'm very selective with that. When was the last time I added the 99 100x coin? It was quite a while now, and it took me a while to find this gem, right? Because I'm very specific and picky with the coins that we add to our portfolio. A lot of research goes into the coins that we buy. If I add a coin to our portfolio, you can bet that I've been looking at it for months. Sometimes I might have been looking for a year or more than a year, right? Considering whether or not we should add it. When I pull the trigger, even then I can be wrong. But that's the beauty of diversification, because I keep reiterating this. There are coins in our portfolios that are going to pump extremely hard. Some are going to do okay, and some are going to get rugged, turn out to be scams, go to zero, and die. And every single cent invested will be lost forever, which is exactly why we diversify, which is exactly why we have blue chips, mid caps, low caps, which is exactly why we have the system and the strategy that we have, because that's the only way we can maximize the profits and massive profits. There are people who hate XRP. There are people who hate Ethereum. There are people who hate Bitcoin. I have all three coins in my portfolio because all three of them have equal chances of pumping. Of course, I think that XRP will probably pump more than Ethereum, and Ethereum will probably pump more than Bitcoin, simply because the market caps. XRP has a significantly smaller market cap than both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Therefore, pumping it will be easier because it requires much less capital to be injected for XRP to do several X's. If XRP simply goes to something like half a market cap of Bitcoin, the profits are already going to be crazy. If it goes to the market cap of Bitcoin, they'll be even crazier. Whereas, if Bitcoin goes to like $1 trillion, it will be a nice, good pump, but nothing major. It won't even have done a 2x or maximum at 2x. Same thing goes not only for XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Same thing goes for these mid caps and small caps that we're buying, right? Remember that it's going to be much easier to pump coins and deliver 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or 100x on coins that have market caps of 50 million, 100 million, 500 million, or a billion, because currently I believe the market cap for XRP is something like 26 bill, right? Somewhere around that. So think about a coin that has a market cap of like $500 million, right? Imagining it pumping it to even 10 billion, right? How many X's is it going to do? So just be aware of the fact that market cap matters, because it's much easier to pump capital into small caps, right? And mid caps. And even when the coin is a blue chip in the top 100, it's still, if the coin is only at $1 billion, it's a lot easier to have that coin do a 10x and pop it to $10 billion market cap. Because if you take already $10 million market cap for 10x, now you need basically 100 million market cap, you see. So it gets more and more challenging the bigger the market cap becomes and the more capital is injected into a coin. Once again, there's nothing wrong with the right blue chips, right? You should have blue chips in your portfolio, you should have mid caps in your portfolio, and you should have low caps in your portfolio. Of course, you should not be investing more. You should not be investing more or as much into small caps or mid caps as you invest into blue chips, right? Invest more into blue chips, smaller amounts into mid caps, even much smaller amounts into small caps, because they're high risk and high reward. So just make sure, my friends, that even if you're not a part of my Patreon, right? Forget, if you don't want to join, there's no need to join. You yourself should be there out on the Outlook, looking at gems, potential gems, right? If you've been accumulating certain coins for a long time, and well done, you basically now have nice heavy bags. Stop accumulating those coins. Now it's wonderful to have these coins. Start looking for new potential gems, because once again, Just because a coin is your favorite coin, it does not mean that it's going to do well for the reasons that you think it's going to do well. I'm aware of the fact that that's the case with me. That's why I make sure that I'm heavily diversified. I've I've learned in this market that your most favorite coin won't perform as well as you want it to perform, and your least favorite coin in your portfolio will outperform all the other coins. That's what I've learned in this market, right? So make sure that when you're buying blue chips, you're not favoring one blue chip over another. Make sure when you're buying mid caps, you're not favoring one mid cap over another, and make sure you're not when you're buying small caps, you're not favoring one small cap over another. And then make sure that you're diversifying in a way that if your least favorite blue chip pumps harder than your most favorite blue chip, it doesn't matter because you have equal amounts injected into them. So all that really matters is for you to make sure that one of the blue chips pumps hard. Same with mid caps and small caps, right? Make sure that you split your risk evenly and maximize your chances of catching huge ROI and big moves, my friends. Please kind of put a like while you're here. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's see. My friend Adrian Misleadme is here. He's saying, hello, Rob. I wish you a wonderful weekend. Adrian, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I wish everybody a wonderful weekend. If you're here and you hear this message, I hope you enjoy your Saturday and your Sunday. And I hope you and your family are well, my friends. Andre Bukach, good morning. Good morning, Andre. Thank you very much. How are you doing, brother? Calvin Rex Dogeman is saying, hi, Rob. Calvin, how are you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining. My friend, International Crypto Asset Ninja, saying, good evening, Rob. Hope the weekend has been good. Nothing better than winding down after a day out and hanging out with you guys here. Cheers. International Crypto Asset Ninja, as always, thank you for the beautiful message. I hope you're having a wonderful evening, my friend, or simply a wonderful weekend. It's evening for me here. So, Lilo, how are you doing? Good to see you. Based Camp is saying, can we have a bull market with high interest rates and quantitative tightening? Based Camp, I'll say this, that for the past 15 years, ever since crypto was invented, and even before crypto was invented, when you look at speculative markets and you actually do continuous research and look at all the narratives that were pushed out there and use headlines and articles, whenever there was a great buying opportunity, the media and the institutions and the information outlets made it seem like it's not a great time to buy. And there were so many reasons why you should not buy, and why it seemed like the bull market is never going to come. And when you look at it, ignoring those narratives, turns out that during every single time, it was a great time to buy, and you made amazing profits years down the road. So that's what I can say about that, my friend. I ignore narratives. I stick to percentages because my primary tool. And then if a time frame can be applied to percentages, that's even better. But time frames are quite, they're quite difficult. So percentage is my number one tool. And I don't pay attention to narratives, my friend. My friend Thomas Wharton this year is saying, let's go, Rob. Hoping for huge crashes, but if they do not come, I am ready regardless. Thomas, beautiful, beautiful message. Absolutely. I love your stance, and that's what our stance is exactly. We're ready for upside and we're ready for downside. But we're not just ready for upside or downside. We're either ready for massive upside or we're ready for massive downside. Remember that it takes years. It takes a while for a cycle to develop. It takes time for coins to crash anywhere as much as 80 to 99%. It takes time for these coins to flatten out, find a floor. It takes time for high highs and high lows to come in. It takes time for peak euphoria phase to hit the last 200 to 300 days of the euphoria phase, where coins go insane. Many of them, not all of them. Remember that many are also going to go to zero. That many of them go crazy. The whole thing takes time. It's going to take time. Like, don't forget that it took us with some coins over a year to get some of our entries. If we get further entries, that means it will have taken 2 years now to get those entries. The point I'm not trying to make is that every single time it took time, but every single time the patient investor was rewarded. Who was rewarded? Let's look at it, right? So people who do not chase bottoms, people who do not chase tops, but who simply waited for massive crashes, bought many different coins, only bought at new lows and held, waiting for massive bumps, and then started taking profits, and were aware of the fact that their price targets are often not going to hit. but make sure that you don't leave amazing profits on the table. Therefore, use a trailing take profit. Make sure that they fully get out of the market using a trailing take profit. If it's hit, make sure that they did not rebuy, did not buy the dip, did not rotate profits, only bought back after massive crashes once again. Those are the people that made it. So that's exactly what we're going to keep doing, my friends. All right, we're going to keep doing what works. So far, it has been working like clockwork, and I'm quite sure we cannot be certain of anything in this world, right? There's no 100% guarantee of anything in this world, but I am as sure as can be in speculative markets that is going to work like clockwork once again. I think we've covered everything there is to cover, my friends. Please remember, it's very important, not to force entries. Very important. Remember that we're not children here, my friends. We're adults that are here to make money for ourselves and for our families. We're here to improve the quality of life for ourselves and our families, right? We're here to make money. We're not here for perfection, for Twitter beef, for popularity. I keep posting as a joke this meme sometimes, this gif from The Sopranos of Tony Soprano, where he says, where I say basically, if you don't like me, that's too bad. And then Tony says, but I'm not running an effing popularity contest, because I'm not, right? I'm running a contest on making money. I want to make as much money as possible. So we're not here for perfection, my friends, right? I've told you right from the get-go, and I keep telling you right now that not all the entries are going to be hit, not all the price targets are going to be hit, but our strategy makes sure that we're going to make money either way, because our strategy is aimed at buying low, selling high, preferably buying very low, selling very high, and not chasing tops and bottoms, and not expecting perfection, because nobody has ever gotten everything right in speculative markets, and nobody ever will, because we don't have fortune tellers in this world. We only have probability statistics, the likelihood of something happening, and percentages in math, and that's what we use and what we apply. Remember, my friends, don't force entries. Hold the positions that we have. Only add at new lows. Only in accordance with the Millionaire spreadsheet. If you have additional capital and you want to buy some coins, showing $99 tier, buy the gems there. Some gems have already pumped a certain amount. The ones that have pumped, do not buy. You're forcing an entry, chasing green candles. You have missed the train there, literally. Do not buy those coins. The entries mentioned there on Patreon. The coins are still down 95%, 97%, 98%, 99% that haven't moved yet, that have maybe even crashed after I bought. Those are the coins you should be buying because they haven't moved yet. Once the coins move, you missed it. Please do not buy coins that have moved. Like I remember once again, I keep mentioning this because a great example with RNDR. When I was buying it from that entry at one point, it pumped 500%. And there were people who, for some reason, I don't know why, in $99 tier, bought other coins but did not buy RNGR. But either way, once it pumped 500% or like 300%, they were 250%, they're asking me, should I buy now? And I said, no, you should have bought before it moved. So do not buy coins that have already moved, my friends. Many coins are still in the accumulation phase. Those coins you can buy. But certain coins are no longer in the accumulation phase. You can only add them to your portfolio if they retrace hard enough and crash hard enough and hit the accumulation phase. If they're low enough from the all-time high, then you add them to your portfolio. If you missed out, it's not the end of the world. There are many other coins that you still have opportunity with. Remember that if you missed out on one coin, that there's going to be another coin. There's always enough opportunity in speculative and financial markets to make money. It's always there. Money is all over these speculative markets. Simply because you missed a certain coin does not mean that there won't be another coin that won't pump. Yes, maybe it won't pump as much, but it will still pump well enough and make you money potentially. So always remember that there's plenty of fish in the sea, so plenty of coins in crypto. My friend Roger Vishnu is here saying hi about happy weekend from our hike in St. Moritz. Roger, love brother, very, very positively jealous of you. I miss Switzerland, like I said, I spent like half my life there. I consider it home, so sending my warm regards, brother. Hope you're enjoying it. And St. Moritz is absolutely beautiful. I've been there. It's a beautiful place. And my favorite region in Switzerland is the Alpine region, where you have the mountains. Like the cities are nice, but I don't really consider that real Switzerland. To me, real Switzerland is in the Alps, is in the green, school-friendly areas, where it basically reminds you of the Shire with hobbits. Heaven and earth, basically, my friend. Oh, my friend Will is here. Once again, guys, Will is a guy I've met here in Dubai. Will is saying, "Good evening, brother. Lots of love from me and Catherine. Oh, hope you've tried the milk cake." Well, thank you very much, my friend. And please say hi to Catherine from me. I have not. I have not. I have forgotten. I'll definitely try it. Well, where was it? Was the milk cake in the cheesecake factory? Where was it, my friend? Please remind me, and I'll literally go and try it tomorrow. Because I keep trying new different cheesecakes in the cheesecake factory, but as I unfortunately forgot to try the milk cake. Please remind me where it is. Carlito R is saying good content, like always. Carlito, thank you, brother. Appreciate the kind word. My friends, if you're here, please kind of put a like once again. That way, more people will be able to see this live, and hopefully, we'll be able to save more people from the Toon Boys and Moon Boys, and from uh, people who produce content for entertainment purposes. Well, brother, are you here? Would appreciate it if you would please kind of tell me. Home bakery, home bakery. Let me take a snapshot. Home bakery, Dubai Mall, home bakery. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I'll go and check it out tomorrow. Thank you very much. Base Camp is saying appreciate you. Base Camp, thank you. Appreciate you guys too. All right, my friends. It's been 27 minutes nearly. I'm going to sign off. Enjoy the weekend. Probably going to have a beer and just relax with my family. And then after that, once again, hit crypto. Thank you very much for your time. Sending lots of love, and bye bye.